Like the biggest challenge that we experience with pediatric cancer is kids keeping their white blood cell, well, kids keeping their ANC, their absolute neutrophil count up, but also white blood cell count up. And so that was kind of why this was brought up by Dr. Pennick in the beginning, was like, hey, this is a great transfer factor, would be a great option. So can you speak to that? Like, how is this going to affect that in the sense of being able to see that reflected on lab work, where all of a sudden, yeah, their counts are up?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that group that I shared that we'll get season into, Lori's probably working on that right now. There are lots of testimonies how we've had people come in and say, "Help! I'm due for treatment, and my white blood cell count is low. How do I fix that?" And within a very short amount of time of being on transfer factor, they're able to have their treatment because those white blood cells count comes up. Now, what happens with the transfer factor? And again, it does get a little bit more sciency. The molecule itself is a three-prong molecule. Okay, so there's a center and then three prongs. And what happens is when we take that, as soon as it comes in contact with a cell, one or two of those prongs will go into that cell, leaving one or two out, depending on how many penetrated that cell. And what happens is any other cell that bumps into that transfer factor prong now attaches to that. And what's happening on the inside of the cell is more transfer factors are being created and more cells are bumping into that, which means the immune system is, picture an accurate game of telephone, right? You used to whisper in someone's ear, and by the time it got around the circle, it was not perfect. It's similar to that, except for it's perfect by the time that information gets to that last cell.